Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are on day 3 of 12 days of Christmas, and in today's video, I am showing you how to make a luggage tag. This one has already been claimed by Brandon, and he had his info card in here, but I took it out so that you guys couldn't see all of his info. But it has an insertion point here along the back, and you can slide in a cardstock, or you can even print out your information and put it right here in the window. And it attaches to your luggage handle by a spring snap, but you could easily retrofit a belt buckle loop if you don't think that this is going to be strong enough. In my experience, I have not had any issues with snaps coming undone. So that is how I designed this little downloadable PDF. I didn't include it in the video or on the PDF because it didn't cross my mind until today, and I've already made the videos and all of that. But if you are uncomfortable with having your information out in the open like this, whenever you're cutting out your ID window, what you can do is you just cut out the 2 long edges in the bottom edge and leave that as a flap. And then you can still insert vinyl into there. But then whenever you're done, the cork will flap back down and cover up your info card. And in order for anybody to see it, they'll have to physically lift up that flap. Again, I don't cover that in the video, but it's not that hard to reverse engineer, and it's just another idea, last minute ideas. That's what I'm good at. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this cute little video, quick little video, and you can really personalize it by adding a fun pop of color. I didn't on this one, obviously. Brown cork, brown edge coat, but this is a great practice pattern, or if you're getting, slow down. This is a great pattern to practice edge coating on. If you're new to edge coating, this is a lot of fun to play around with. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and I will see you at the end. So to get started on the luggage tag, you're going to print out your pattern pieces. Go ahead and cut out the ID window and pop this little section here for your inner snap on the luggage tag top. And then on the luggage tag bottom, you're going to make this cut here at the demarcation line, and then also pop through that little snap as well. You're going to cut out 1 vinyl ID window, and then this is an info card that I included. Feel free to use it if you want to, but the intention behind this was that it will fit right inside the ID window, or not ID, but inside the vinyl window once the tag is completed. But I would suggest printing this out on cardstock. You can also just type it out, print it out, and then it'll be nicely, typed. So to get started, cut out all of your pieces. What I have done is cut out the luggage tag top, and I cut that out fully with the vinyl section cut out. But for the luggage tag bottom, I left it as a cork plank. But you can see here that I marked this bottom section, and I did my cut line as well. But my idea behind this is once we get to the step of adding the top to the bottom, because there are so many tiny little cuts and this is long and straight, we can glue this down on top, sew it, and then go back and trim it all down. So that's why I did that there. So once you have all of your pieces, you're going to grab your top, luggage tag top piece with the ID, or not ID, I keep saying ID because I make so many bifold with IDs, but this piece with the big hole cut out and your vinyl. Before I glue the vinyl into place, I'm just going to hit my cork with a lighter to burn away any little fuzzies that might be present from the cutting process. If you have a cutting machine or a laser, if you're going to be making any big amount of these, I highly suggest using that. You can scan the pattern pieces into your machine and create a file. I don't include SVGs, but if you have the opportunity and you plan on making a bunch of these, I would definitely have a cutting machine cut them, because this cutting out this window is a bit fiddly. Just the whole piece is just long and lanky, so it just makes it a little bit tough to work with. Okay, so I put some glue on the wrong side of my luggage tag top, and I'm going to lay my my vinyl into that section. And then while this glue is setting up, I want to transfer this interior snap punch hole. So I'm just going to lay this on top, and then using a pen, I'm going to transfer that snap. And then we can go ahead and get this snap installed while the glue is drying. So I'm using spring snaps. I will be using my Gold Star heavy duty press to insert this. And for the inner snap, or for the top snap, rather, the snap that goes on the top, I'm going to be using this little guy and this little guy here. So those pieces look like this press, or this die set, and then this side has the springs. I do have a more in-depth video on how to use spring snaps on my channel. If you want to find that, you can go for it. It's going to be in the last 12 Days of Christmas series. Okay, so I'm just going to install this snap set over here. And there we are. Now we have this side ready to go. I'm going to move to the machine. I'm going to stitch all the way around 1/8 seam allowance just around the open vinyl window here. So I'm using a Montech 70 thread, a size 18 needle, a size 4 stitch length. So now I will just pull my threads to the back and tie them off. Next, we need to attach the top piece to the bottom. You can use glue, tape, whatever you'd like. You just want to be careful not to put glue or tape here along this top edge, because that needs to be open so that our info card can slide in. And now, using this section here that I've already drawn, I'm going to lay this piece on top, lining up those marks. And now I'm not going to install my top snap yet, because that will make it really challenging to sew around this top edge here. So once this glue sets up, I'm going to pop back over to the machine and I'm going to stitch all the way around the entire exterior here. So this is what it should look like now. Just going to trim all your little threadies. And then now we can go back to the cutting side of the table and trim this piece down. I'm not going to try to use my rotary blade to get into this tight corner. I will snip that with scissors. And what I'm doing is I'm just resting the side of the blade along this side of the cork and using that as a guide. And if I'm not getting right up on it, that is okay, because you can still go back and trim up again. Okay, grab some sharp scissors, snip into this little section here. Your little thread, get out of there. To get any little extra fuzzies, just use a lighter. And now the last step that we need to do is install that other side of the snap. So I'm going to grab the luggage tag bottom pattern piece, and you can either mark the snap, or if you'd like to, you could just fold it and apply pressure and it'll leave an indentation. And then you'll know, I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but I can see the indentation from pressing it. And then we're going to install the piece of the snap that has the nice cap on it. So then that way when it's snapped and closed, you don't see any of the inner parts of that spring snap. Now these snap pieces, you have the flat cap here, and then you have this little section where this snap part will just, with the writing side down, snap it in. And then you attach this die set to your press. And then now your little luggage tag is complete. So you can take your info card, and once you have completed it, you will just slide it into the back here. If you need to, if you used glue, you can come in with your finger and lift the glue up to give you some more space to slide this section or this piece in. Using regular paper, again, just kind of makes this a little bit more challenging because it just doesn't have the structure to slide nicely. And then you would attach this around the top of your luggage on your handle. The last thing that I will do is I'm going to go back and edge coat all of this just to clean up the edges and make them look really nice, and so that it's just totally complete. I think with edge coating, these would make a wonderful Christmas gift. And if you have a little tag, you can even put it back here, or a brand or what have you. I would just be aware of, if you have anything that has prongs, it's going to make whatever you use for your info card a little bit more challenging to get into the slot. But once you get your info card in, unless your info changes, then you shouldn't have to update it. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. We are already to the end of day 3 of 12 days of Christmas. Time is already flying. I can't believe it. I feel like I've been planning this series for so long, just jotting down ideas here and there. And for it to actually be this time of year that this is coming out is mind-blowing. I feel like we're still back in like February. I remember New Year's of last year. I don't know where the time is going. The older I get, the quicker it's going. I fear that that loop will get tighter and tighter the more I age. Anyways, didn't mean for this to turn into an existential podcast, so let's get back on track. I hope that you enjoyed the luggage tag. I think that this is a perfect stocking stuffer for all of the travelers in your life. You can even pair it with the Gallivanter Passport Wallet. That PDF is available on my site, but you can give them a luggage set, passport wallet, and a luggage tag. What? Perfect gift. If you don't like the beveled edges, you can also round them out here and make the pattern the same exact way. Pretty simple. You can change your edges as much as you want. And if you want it to be slightly larger, of course, you can print the PDF at a bigger aspect ratio. So lots of ways to customize, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I feel like I can't say I hope more, but you're probably going to hear it a lot more tomorrow and in all the following days. So buckle up, Barbie, and let's go. I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 4.